I put in a lot of time and effort to listen to every single Stray Kids song and watch every single music video, but that was before the album Karma was released. It was sort of like reading all of the books in a series. You know, every character, every plot twist, every emotion, everything that happens in each book, and then all of a sudden the author announces a new book in the series, and even if you felt like you thought the story was complete, you just can't resist grabbing the next book to add to the story. In this case, I actually already knew that Stray Kids was going to release this album, so you get what I'm trying to say. Also, I've just been kind of sitting on this footage for a while, if I'm just being honest. So long that by the time I upload this video, they're actually releasing another album, but it's only been like 2 months. Just bear with me.
So you might be thinking like, why did I take so long to even listen to this album? Because it came out like 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe 3. But honestly, I'm just a busy person. I'm an average person, you know, I got a real life to live. And I just don't have all the time in the world to do anything. And I didn't want to like do this with half effort. I wanted to have a dedicated week where I could just focus on doing this. And also, which I didn't look this up yet, so forgive me, but I just wanted to make sure like the resources for like all the language translations and all that stuff was there, so I could have it ready to understand the lyrics of the song or any context that I needed. But I'm on the way to get some coffee though. Can I get a large iced Harlem pumpkin with oat milk and fresh shots? This coffee's got me going hip hip. Hooray! Far with that little bit of drive that I had to the coffee shop, I got to the song in my head. And I'm not gonna lie, when that song started, it reminded me of like an early 2000s, maybe 2010 kind of vibe. I'm trying to think of a song that I would relate it to, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. But and honestly, I probably won't be able to listen to the album again, like the rest of it, until I'm in the car again, because, you know, family time.
You know, sometimes life just happens and like your days, plans might just change just like that. Because it is now much later in the day, and because this album is so short, I'm just gonna listen to the rest of it right now. And honestly, like after my first listen through, I'd have to give, let's just go with Ceremony, the regular version. Oh wow, that was terrible. As number 1. And then honestly, I gotta give it to Bleep. And then right after Bleep, I really like the song Halftime, but then there's also, what was it called? 082 something, sure. Well, I don't know what it's called. Totally 0801. And the reason I'm writing this down now is because I'm just interested to see, after listening to this album over and over and over again, if my opinions will change. But these are just my initial thoughts.
Bro, it's so early in the morning, but I couldn't go to sleep, so I was like, I might as well get up and start my day. Biggest advantage of this is like, there's like nobody here. There's one other person, and he's currently downstairs. And this is probably the only time I'll ever feel comfortable filming in a gym. But today I have a long run. Shocker, Relly is running again. But it's 9.5 miles, and it's a chill, nice, easy run. I'm gonna just take it easy and listen to this album over and over and over and over again. Oh gosh. The thing though is that this album, I think it's like 33 or 32 minutes long. And so my run is supposed to be, well, I did that completely backwards. My run is supposed to be around, I don't know, hour and 20, maybe hour and 30 minutes. So I'm gonna listen to this album probably 3 times in a row. And sticking to the rules, on the way here, I already listened to Bleep and Ceremony. So maybe like 3 and some change. In other news, I'm gonna be so happy when finish training for this marathon. Not that this matters to anyone but me, but this treadmill right here, this is my favorite one.
I didn't quite make it through the album 3 times, but I ended up almost getting there. Because the last song I listened to before I stopped was Ceremony, the festival version. So, I mean, I'm basically there. I'm just gonna listen to the rest of that song and then the English version on my way home. I can also confidently say, while the songs are generally enjoyable, at least for me, in my opinion, they are not the best running songs. You know, it's kind of unfair for the song Ceremony, because technically, I'm like listening to it 3 times each time I listen through the album. So I'm like being bombarded with that song. However, great song. Like I'm not liking it. Festival version puts me in a mood sometimes, not all the time. I actually like the regular version better than the English version so far. So today I just really want to like focus on the lyrics because I realized A, that I haven't read them yet, and really lyrics like make up half of a song almost. Like you can have the vibe of the song, but the vibe and the lyrics could totally not match and you wouldn't even know it. And so what I did was I found English translations on Genius. Let's just hope and assume that these are correct. There isn't one for Ghost because there's like one section of the song Ghost where it's still in Korean. I haven't looked out elsewhere yet, so I will admit that. But it's just interesting because like in the song Mess, for example, I assumed that it was about like some kind of, you know, my life is a mess kind of thing. But when you read the lyrics, you realize how deep it goes. I mean, even the first two lines, now my heart is empty and all my emotions are scattered and shattered. I am really scared of what will happen if everything stays this way. All the thoughts in my head are a mess. And like switching over to the song Creed, I really like this one line or a couple of lines from this song where it just says, to become someone great, I jumped in recklessly without hesitation. Even if the wall of reality is high, my ambition has never kneeled once. Achievements I'll endlessly write with a pen tip that never runs out of ink. No need to be impatient, it's my pace, still pushing myself today. I know that's a lot, but like, I like what that means for them as a group and maybe individually. It's just cool. Cause like some of these songs are like basically love songs. Other songs are like dealing with your own self. And then the other songs are like, look how much I've done, but I'm still gonna keep on going, you know? I think what I need to do next, and maybe I'll do it tomorrow, is like look at the different video breakdowns for the music videos that exist, that is. So in the last Stray Kids related video that I made, I watched all of the music videos and a lot of people pointed out the fact that I didn't watch the trailers to their albums. And so I'm gonna watch the trailer to this album, and then I'm also going to watch the video breakdowns from a channel that I found, Bookish Theories, which I feel like is credible. Technically they're all theories, but it all made sense last time, so I'm gonna check out those videos as well. Now, unfortunately, Bookish Theories only had a breakdown of the trailer and Ceremony, but I really haven't found any other like breakdown videos for like Bleep or Creed. Most of them are just like live reaction videos, which isn't necessarily a breakdown. I'm just gonna patiently wait on Bookish Theories to post those videos if they get to them. In other news, I feel like I have a way better understanding of the Ceremony music video, song even, and maybe just the whole album as a whole. That's the theme of the album, Karma. You know, even after watching like all the breakdown videos and everything, I find myself kind of getting tired of the song Ceremony. I mean, I know what I said earlier, I hear it 3 times every time I listen to the album, but still, it is what it is. Like, I'm not getting tired to the point where I don't like the song. It's just like, man, I gotta listen to the song again, which I know that sounds contradicting, but you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, man.
All right, I got a song for you to listen to.
Oh, okay, right. Let's do it.
You remember when I listened to Stray Kids for like a week?
Yes.
All right, so they had a new album come out probably like last month or so.
Okay.
And I'm currently listening to that album.
Okay.
But I think there's a song on there that you might like. And it's called Ceremony.
So, okay.
We're moving forward, we're missing more power, and we're gonna dominate popping.
Can.
What you think of that song?
Dude, I like the beat. I mean, I didn't hear all the words, but...
Because you probably didn't understand the word.
No, but I like the beat.
I like the beat. All right. I totally didn't record anything, but that's neither here nor there. But I did take some notes that day, so this is what I'm just kind of reciting, really. But there's mainly just 2 things that I wanted to point out. The first thing was that I noticed, like, as I was listening to the song Halftime, that part of the song Halftime reminded me of part of the song of Case 143. I'll play it back, but I encourage you to like go check it out for yourself. Like, it's not exactly the same, but I think you can tell what I'm trying to say. The second was that I had a video that I've been just meaning to make, and I was going to do it with the song Bleep. So assuming that that's still the case, you can head over to my social media accounts and just check out how I use the song Bleep. The time has come. I'm just gonna get straight to the point because I've been doing the same thing basically almost every day and just listening to this album over and over and over again. If you want a reminder of like 2, 3, 4 minutes ago, however long, of the songs I chose on day 1, this is what I got. I had Ceremony, I had Bleep, I had Halftime, and then I had 0801 as an honorable mention. However, this time around, after taking a deep dive, looking at the lyrics, video breakdowns, and just hearing the same thing over and 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 over, I am still gonna have Ceremony as number 1, and then I will have Bleep, and then Creed, which I understand it's also the first 3 songs of the album and the only songs that they made a music video for. But I think I just like it because it's like this is how hard we've worked, you know, bump all the haters kind of thing. I also think if I had to choose, let's say 2 honorable mentions. Yeah, I'll go with 2. I'd pick 0801 and then probably Ghost, which might shock some people, but I would also throw Halftime in there. And then at this point, that's basically like half the album. So if I missed something, just let me know. But Karma, I don't know where I would rank it as far as like albums go with the rest of their discography, because I still would probably have, I think I had No Easy as number 1. Whatever album Thunderous was on, that album was good. And then like, even now I have a better appreciation for the album with Venom, Maniac. So like, as time goes on, I feel like it's still gonna change. And even the top 3 songs of this album might change. The last thing I'm wondering, and I know I could look this up, is like people like BTS, obviously they've done their, you know, required mandatory military service. I can't think of or remember, or I don't even think I've looked it up, the age of the Stray Kids members. I just know that IN's the youngest one. But like whenever they have to do their mandatory, I think it's by, what, 27, 28 years old? I have no idea. Based on how much time they have until that, I wonder how much music they'll put out, because they seem to be on a roll.
Sunday morning views quickly turns to afternoons. It's like that I can barely go and catch it, kinda how I feel with you.